what really helped me a lot was coming to a point where I actually, realized that, listen, I can't do this thing on my own. I need help, and having enough courage, gathering like the little courage that I had to actually go out and seek help. And even when I did actually go get help, it was like when things were like really, really like a mess.
Was born in Managua, in Managua. Nego saran saran in Asia Mampa, Asia Mampa. Nego saran saran in Asia Mampa.
Hello everyone. So since it is a Mental Health Awareness Week, I thought I should share a couple of tips that really helped me navigate through my depression and anxiety. So I really hope that in sharing this, I will be able to help someone. And I'm not only going to be focusing on those suffering with depression and anxiety, but I'm also just going to be focusing also on people who know of someone who's maybe a family member, a friend who's struggling with this and just don't know how to reach out and be of help to that person. So I'm just going to be sharing a few tips that really helped me navigate through my depression and anxiety to where I am today. Okay, so mental health tip number one is to ask for help and how to respond when someone asks for help from you. So tip number one, which I think is like it goes without saying, that it's like one of the most important, but the hardest one to actually do out of the many things that you can do to help yourself when it comes to mental illness, and that is to ask for help. It is so hard, and I think we take it for granted how hard it is for someone who is struggling with mental illness to actually come out and ask for help, especially with the stigma that comes with like acknowledging the fact that, listen, I might actually be depressed, or I might actually be struggling with any form of like mental illness. So asking for help is one of the hardest things to actually do, but one of the most important. And I think what really helped me a lot was coming to a point where I actually, realized that, listen, I can't do this thing on my own. I need help, and having enough courage, gathering like the little courage that I had to actually go out and seek help. And even when I did actually go get help, it was like when things were like really, really like a mess. Meaning that I could have asked for help sooner, but it wasn't easy because sometimes you tell people that, listen, I'm going through this, and the reaction that you get from the other end is just, it just throws you, it's either it throws you deeper into like a depression, or it just does not help in any way. So that would be the first tip for someone who is struggling with a mental illness, to actually go out there and ask for help, and then for people who are being asked for help, I don't know how to put this, but for someone who will be, so if someone who has mental illness comes and asks for help from you, whether they say, listen, I am struggling with, I think I'm depressed, or I am depressed, or if you realize that, no man, this person, you realize the symptoms, that the person might be showing. It's important, one, to try not to give any advice. Like, one, the most important thing is to listen to what the person is telling you. Don't be quick to want to bring solutions to problems. Most times when people come and open up to you. It's not necessarily because they want solutions right there and there, but it's a thing of like wanting to feel like someone hears and understands what they're going through. And even if you don't understand, because I mean, I've spoken to people who really did not understand this whole depression or mental health thing, but they were there to listen, you know, and listen to what I had to say or how I was feeling. So just listen. Number two is to really just be there, you know, and being there um, like doesn't mean that you need to come out with advice or like for the Christians to Bible bash, to interrogate the person and be like, are you praying? Are you reading the word? Like, don't do that. But what's important is to be there, like making like buying the person food, you know, on days where they're okay to go for walks, take them for a walk. On days where they can't do anything for themselves, offer to help, offer to run an errand for them and say, okay, I can see that today you're really not doing well. Can I offer to is there anything that I can do for you? And it's important as well to ask how you can help. I think that's one thing that we really tend to forget when it comes to mental health, that it's important, you know, there's a way that you might think that the person needs, that you might think that this person, I should be helping them in this way. But I think when it comes to mental illness, because it differs and it looks different for different people. But one thing I know for sure, which is very important, is to learn to ask the person that's going through this, that how can I help? You know, how do you think I can help? How do you think I can be of assistance to you? And in most cases, it's not even the things that you're thinking about. It's like things like just food, guys. Food is important. Food, getting the person food, washing their dishes, cleaning, packing their room. Like, it's the small things. It's the small things that really go out and make a difference. So tip number one is ask. But I know from being on the other receiving end how difficult it can be for someone who is struggling with depression to actually come out and ask for help. One, because there's the stigma, that huge stigma that is attached to any form of mental illness. So there is that fear of the unknown, that what if I open up to these people and they just point out, say that it does not exist. Because that was one of the biggest challenges that I faced when I opened up to my parents about depression. They were just like, it it doesn't it doesn't exist, like culturally, spiritually, like it don't exist. All you need to do, girl, is to get on your knees and pray, as if I had not been praying. Like, and then that was the same type of response that I got in the Christian circles, where people were just like, yeah, clearly you're not praying enough, hence you're depressed. You're not reading the word, you're not in the word enough, hence you are going through this whole depression thing. So it made it very, very difficult. Like, I think I waited till I could not take it anymore, to actually ask for help, until I couldn't do stuff for myself, to actually realize that, listen, I'm gonna die in this room of mine if I don't say anything to someone and say, listen, I am struggling, I am dying slowly inside.
Nego saran saran